and welcome back. You're watching Startup Street. Now, Edtech unicorn Unacademy has something new up its sleeve. Today, it launched its new YouTube content growth creation strategy, which will include both academic and unacademic segments, which will add to its existing bouquet of offerings. For a company that started as a YouTube channel, it's sort of coming back to a full circle after going the hybrid route. But let me introduce to you a very special guest to tell us about some of the new launches from Unacademy today, and that is Vivek Sinha, the Chief Operating Officer at Unacademy, who joins me now. Vivek, thank you. It's a pleasure for joining us here on CNBC-TV18. So tell us about your new launches today. You're already present with various YouTube channels. What more are these going to do, and are there any new announcements we should be aware of besides these?
Yeah, so this is an event that we have been waiting for a while now, and the whole team has worked really hard for it. So on this Teachers' Day, we are launching 50 new educational channels. Some of these channels are in the categories where we already have presence, but so in those categories, these channels essentially strengthen our already strong position. And there are some channels in the categories which we do not exist. So it's a TAM expansion into new categories as well. Okay. So that has been the idea behind it. But what's also different is the way we pulled off the execution of these launches. So all the 134 categories came together, all educators and all team members across all segments came together and pulled up this event.
This Unacademy Centers, which you started with Kota, is a relatively new form for Unacademy. What are the expansion plans there? What is the revenue target from that segment alone? Currently, how much has it started to contribute, and where do you want it to grow to?
So we are present in our centers are live in 3 different cities right now. So apart from Kota, we have also launched our Noida and our Lucknow centers. And by the end of this calendar year, we intend to launch about 15 centers across 9 different cities of India. So that's the plan.
Okay, and what kind of investments are you looking to make, both in the online and the offline segments?
I think a significant amount of investment will go in the undergrad category, which is the medical and engineering entrance exams category in the offline part. Essentially, in the other categories, in postgraduate categories, the major part of the investment will still go only in the online space.
Any numbers you could share with us? And I'm asking you this because, it's been a tough year for startups. After the stellar year we saw in 2021, 2022, and especially the last couple of months, we've seen, the kind of fundraisers that startups have been able to do, especially late stage, drying up. So I'm trying to understand what is the investment you've made, and will you be requiring more capital to expand these plans, for these plans you have?
Sure. So see, I'll take a step back and look at it from a different perspective. If I look at the Unacademy business, the core engine, the core business is highly efficient now. So I think we were probably the first one in the industry to react to the changing market dynamics and fix our cost structure. So the way we see it is that the core engine is now highly efficient, and we are sufficiently capitalized from our last round to execute whatever ambitions we have for the next, let's say, 30 or 40 months.
30 to 40 months.
So I don't see capital becoming a challenge or coming in way of whatever we are planning to execute.
Tell us a bit about these cost-cutting measures. I think you said the company is efficient, perhaps the capital allocation not as much, and that is something that the founder also said in his internal email or messaging to the employees. What are some of the steps that the company has taken? Have they borne fruit? Have costs come down? And we also, there have been reports of layoffs at Unacademy as well. Would you like to clarify on those as well?
Sure. So cost efficiency has come on at various levels. So for our sales and marketing costs have become very efficient now. And those are our traction channels through YouTube was already very efficient, but now we have made it even more efficient. Some of the fixed cost structure has also been addressed. And yet, yes, at the beginning of the year, we realized that there were some jobs which were rendered, unfortunately, some jobs were rendered redundant. So at the beginning of the years, we had to part ways with some of our colleagues, but at the same time, a couple of months ago, our founders specifically announced that we are at a stage where we are very comfortable about our current burn structure and about current cost base. And now there are no further plans to reduce our employee base.
So your workforce would have come down by how much since the start of the year?
I think it has come down by about 500 to 600 as to go through a certain.
Could you put a date
cycle.
for the IPO plans of the company?
I would be very wildly wrong if I put a date.
But what are you working with internally?
We are internally working on keeping our cost structure in check. We are internally working on ensuring that at a unit level we have correct traction, we have correct product, so that if and when and whenever we, let's say, go for the hyper growth mode again, our economics still do not break. So we are making the business, in short, we are making it defensible and ready for IPO whenever that time comes.
So maybe in the next couple of years or so?
Let's see. It's also a function of how what kind of a reception is there in the market for tech companies.
So you think the Edtech sector has a bright future, especially after the tough, few months that we've seen for you, for your peers? Is there light at the end of the tunnel soon?
See, I'm not a great fan of taking a view on sector basis sentiment, because sentiment to aate rehte hain. I think in 2020, let's say, there was a lot of froth, and once the pandemic was behind us, at times there are unnecessary criticism as well. So sentiment aside, and a few players not doing good, or let's say their own issues aside, I am extremely bullish about Edtech as a sector, because like I said, the fundamentals do not change. There are more than 3-4 crore test takers in the country, and not even 5% of them are able to access quality education. So yeah, great businesses will be built.
Thank you, Vivek, for all your time here. On that note, we have to wrap up this discussion. Many thanks for tuning in, and it's a goodbye from all of us.